Is she dangerous? She just walks around doing whatever she wants, and it's not okay. I know her so well, and I still don't understand her.
I had to change my shirt, which ironically is kind of the same color as the other one. It is so freaking hot. It's so hot in here, but I can't turn on the fan because it'll mess with the sound. I can't open the window. There's a gigantic spider in there. Dobbie and I are grilling like two little pancakes, but it's fine. We're going to get through this. We have things to do. Hi dolls, welcome back, and if you were new, hello, my name is Jessie, Dobbie is playing, and today we're going to react to Season 3, Episode 2 of Ginny and Georgia, Beep Beep, Freaking Beep. And I am so excited to get into this second episode. As I said in the first reaction, I think the first episode opened the season up beautifully. I am happy to see that we have Georgia back. For now, at least. We have Georgia back. She does have the ankle bracelet on. We are in the house, though, so we can interact with the kids. We can talk to Paul. We can actually have somewhat of a life. We're not in a freaking jail cell. I do believe that Gil is probably going to influence how this happens. I would not be surprised if he tries to screw her and get her arrested again, get her thrown back in jail. I don't know what could that's how I feel. Let's jump in and see what happens next. But before we do, don't forget to throw a like or dislike if you do not like what you see. But comment down below and why. Subscribe if you don't know. Yeah, we do fun things here. Ring the bell so be notified when I upload new videos. Don't forget to check the link down in the description for my Patreon. Follow us on all social media. The link is in the description below for the Redbubble and TeePublic pages where you can find all the merch that my brother Ray has created for the different reactions that Jay and I do. As always, these will be fully unedited over on Patreon a hell of a lot quicker than they will be on YouTube. We are also doing a lot of awesome shows like The Pit. We're doing Hacks, Pretty Little Liars. I know that's insane. I have never seen the original Pretty Little Liars. We're doing that. The Librarians. We will be starting The Summer I Turned Pretty in July. I'm so excited for that. So go check it out. But without further ado, this is Season 3, Episode 2 of Ginny and Georgia, Beep Beep, Freaking Beep. Let's see what happens. What are you doing? Get out of your litter box. What are you doing? Dobbie, you have 6 beds in this room and 2 cat trees. And she's sitting in her litter box. Life is very different right now.
Whoever said you shouldn't run away from your problems, the only thing that's ever saved me was running away.
There's different sets of problems in life, right, Dobbie? Right? Yes.
Ginny. Good for my mental health.
I hate running. I like walking.
Right now.
I hate running.
How is it going at home? It's fun.
They are lucky to have Paul, though. Paul's standing by them.
Want to race home? No, I adamantly do not want to do that.
Why'd you sleep down here, bud?
Couch is less scary than bed.
You saw me that night with Zach's dad?
I didn't see anything.
Okay.
Wait till you see me eating your cereal.
Cereal? Make that woman some eggs, Zion. What the hell?
She always does this.
She always gets arrested for murder?
Get Ginny and get Austin too, now.
Mom, I will keep you posted.
Now, I'm not saying that she did it.
No, you're saying that I should rip my daughter away from her mother on top of everything else.
It might get worse before it gets better.
It's a good point.
Look, if Georgia gets convicted, this could be the last time that Ginny has with her mom.
You can't let them see that it bothers you.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Whoa.
Hey, Paul. We're being unbothered.
Don't particularly want to go to work myself.
Story of my life.
We're all going.
Did someone buy a car?
It's not like you can use it.
She's a mini you. You created it. It's time to get a hobby.
Things get really bad, you can call me.
The sorry for your loss card. Oh my god. Georgia raising Ginny is so comparable to Ginny now almost raising Austin. It's like Ginny gets to go through the motions of what Georgia experienced, only she had it with 2 kids. It's a better picture of what she had to deal with.
When no one knows, you can be anyone. That's your dollar.
You don't have a dollar. But I do care.
Yeah, but you don't let them see it.
Ellen, come
Yay!
in. I can't
we
get
need
up.
this
I'm
conversation.
charging.
House arrest survival kit. Just in case you want to get into bird watching. It was very memorable.
Yeah,
Especially
to
the
say
part
the
where I was
least.
arrested.
We're all just doing the best we can, right?
Right. Don't you want to ask me if I
If
did
I
it?
did it.
Cancer at 14. If somebody had ended his suffering, I wouldn't have judged them. Certain things, I just don't think are any of my business. Of course you didn't do it.
Oh, she knows. She would not have even justified it.
All of her friends are the weird stoner, ear-geeky, compact.
Don't call them weird.
That guy your mom killed?
Dude.
Bro.
She would never do that ever.
Yeah, we know that. Press is just a.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Moose.
I'm here
Who
if you
is
want to
Moose? Oh, that was nice.
I'm here if you want to talk. Or if you want to
Off with the testosterone. That was sweet.
Whatever you need.
Me too.
I went running.
Just announced the spring musical. Wow.
Luna Lock is my dream role.
I'm invisible.
Whisper, whisper, whisper. Hey, Nick. Her problems ricocheted into so many people's lives.
using your absence as an opportunity to further.
Nick, you want to talk about the city council meeting?
I mean, what
No
else
matter
are
what's
we
going
going
on
to
in
talk
your personal
about?
life, you're still mayor.
You don't think I get that? Yes.
What are
Okay?
you yelling at Nick for?
But it is not too late. You can leave her. We could file for annulment or divorce.
Nick.
She is my wife. She is innocent.
I respect that.
You're sure she's innocent?
Be very careful.
Yeah. But you see what I mean? Like, we know she's not innocent.
What is our statement?
So it's like, is
on
he
the whole
crazy
Georgia
for
situation?
saying that?
Get out!
Dude, it's kind of crazy. I get having suspicions, but
Don't water the plants, burn the outfit.
she's just like in plain sight with binoculars.
Oh,
Oh, yes, 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 yes.
Why did you do it? He was dying. Do you really hate me that much?
if someone did, wouldn't it have been a kindness? A favor?
Oh, Georgia, I would not have said that.
You had no right to do that. To rob him of his dignity, his last minutes. I wanted to help.
She really did, but like, Georgia, that's murder.
This is what you and my brother do.
Do you think Marcus has been smoking a lot lately? I'll go smoke with him and find out.
I feel kind of weird talking about him.
Abby, do you know Trez?
Hey, what's up? Hey, it looks hard.
I tried getting on a
that
skateboard
one
once. It
actually
did not
was
go
hard.
well. It did not go well.
Abigail, are you having fun?
No fun.
That might be the first time I saw Abby smile in a while.
He managed to roll himself over onto the pillow.
Compelling alternate version of events.
That's what I just did.
Right.
He knows she did it too.
Upstairs.
Cynthia left the room. Theoretically, she could have gone into that room. If she was having an affair, then
But
we
if they
have more
could pin it
suspects,
on
and that takes a lot
her-
of heat off of you.
She wasn't having an affair.
Joe, this is
We're not going after
bad.
Cynthia or anyone else. It happened the way I said. Everyone talking about me?
Obviously.
You're not supposed to talk to her. You know that, right?
Yeah, and she did not say the right thing at all.
She wasn't happy.
She bedazzled it.
Dazzle it?
What do the ladies think when they see this?
You're the mother of my daughter. Any lady's gonna have to understand that.
Lime, Monopoly, Wallaby. Okay. I get paid either way, so you're only cheating yourself. Gia.
She forgot she said her name was Gia.
Feelings wrapped in memories, wrapped in people who are gone. I don't know.
You know. You did it, so you know.
Well, I mean, that's life, and we don't know what's gonna happen. We don't even know what really did happen. So all we can do is decide not to care.
I think you do care. You crave resolution. You want things to make sense, and sometimes they don't. So you frustrated
like,
us, the listener.
put her wall
You-
down.
You pushed us away.
What
Very
a
good work. Gia.
fantastic teacher.
Okay. Want to get boba after class?
No, Wolf.
You could chew it. You could drink it.
No, thanks.
If that happens, I can take the kids. It's an option. Have you thought about the pressure she's under because of this?
Of course I have.
She does need to keep an open mind about
Zion.
what's best for the kids. Ginny knows that
dress
Georgia
like
will
that, come
always
on.
love Zion, and Zion will always love Georgia. They don't work. They just don't work. I think they each know that too. I wonder why he said that. Why the bed is a scary place? Oh, cause Tom died in the bed. Is that why he's thinking that?
But it is perhaps the end of the beginning.
It is, perhaps, the end of the beginning.
Paul's like, man, no,
Did
that
you
is-
come up with that?
So the problem is the kids are getting older.
Yeah, beep,
Like
beep,
Ginny said, you
frickin'
can't
beep.
just throw glitter
Okay,
on
everybody.
everything.
The official statement is, I stand by my wife. To quote Winston Churchill, this is not the
I
end.
knew he'd do it. Oh, I don't blame Nick. I can't blame him. Oh boy.
Hey. Hi. Sorry you're going through this. I used to self-harm. I'm telling you about it to take away its power or whatever.
I'm really honored that you trust me to tell me that. I'll be your one good friend.
I'm so proud of our girl. Georgia, make this your new project and contact him. Help him.
That's not your wife.
Oh.
You had lunch together? I looked for her. I couldn't find her. We were in her car.
I want to be there for her, but I just have no idea what to do.
Ooh, someone seems happy.
Hey girl, I forgot about you.
Is it a boy?
There is talk of allowing chain restaurants into Wellsbury, and I'm no Jeff Bezos, but I believe that would be bad.
Oh.
I'm sorry for your loss.
Do you need like an inhaler, or?
You went to the funeral?
Yeah.
The kids are dealing with it the most.
My whole life, it's been drilled into me. It's the two of us against the world.
I just
I've
sits
been
down
doing it.
like,
I've
yep,
been
okay, we're gonna do
defending
this.
my mom to everyone. Is she dangerous? She just walks around doing whatever she wants, and it's not okay.
That's
and
a
I
good
still don't
question.
understand her, and it scares me.
My parents made it into an art studio, so I don't kill myself. I'm not.
I like it.
Yeah.
What are we?
I don't know, but you're adorable.
friends.
That's for sure.
You know, my parents could never just be friends. I'm being dramatic.
No, that was not dramatic at all.
You're not. It's not on you. And it's not the two of you against the world. Yay, therapy.
What does it feel like?
What, depression? Feels urgent, like there should be doctors running around suturing everything. It's invisible. You can't see this ever dark.
It's the perfect way of putting it. You can't see it. Makes it feel like it's not really there, but it is.
No, you stay there. No.
Oh god, they're gonna kiss. Oh. Oh, the look on his face. Oh, it's like it ripped his heart out.
She's very public street.
Why? That's where you're canoodling with your ex. Graham's here?
Apparently so.
Oh no. Oh god, even Zion's like, this is gonna be hell.
A little heads up might have been nice.
Yeah.
Sure would have.
Don't look at me.
Well, you can look
Yeah,
at me.
you think that
In the
he
time
knew?
of crisis, family sticks together.
You tell Lynette she was needed? No, you have something to say, Lynette. Say it.
Okay, Austin.
Their mother's being called a murderer. They couldn't escape that if they tried.
Oh.
I mean, you
Zion
never think of
noticed
anyone
the
else.
rubber
Oh,
band.
you don't consider Zion.
Lynette, why don't you talk to your son? Not everything is on me.
I don't think this is productive.
You wanted to take her.
If you wanted what was best for her, you'd let me.
I don't think Lynette
Oh, no, you
necessarily
don't.
has bad
You are not
ideas.
leaving
It's
me
the
alone
way
in
that she
there.
approaches
You
them
don't
with
get to
that
run away
amount of
from this.
intensity.
Too much,
Watch the
Mom.
bracelet.
I need some space.
You think I never wanted to run away from you?
That wasn't my fault.
was a
Yeah,
little
it was
your
not
fault.
her choice.
I
What?
don't want to be around this.
You are not making me look bad in front of Lynette.
Don't need my help there, Mom.
I don't really understand.
Just gotta stand there and watch her walk away.
And that's what I taught my kids, to escape. I never considered if they'd run from me.
Another great episode. All right, there you have it. Episode 2, Beep Beep Freaking Beep. This is really getting into the nitty gritty of who these characters are, what they mean to each other, and how their feelings have changed over time, being more aware of the past and thinking about the future. It's interesting that Ginny keeps bringing up how the therapist said secrets hold power. And when you expose those secrets, you take away the power, right? So all these secrets are being exposed. All of these truths are coming out. And now we're forced to deal with them. And it's like, what do we do? Lovely, wonderful Lynette. Lynette is intense. She is a mama bear. She's very opinionated. She always has something to say. And we know that she's never really liked Georgia. So it's kind of like what I was saying in the last episode. You have to really put yourself in the shoes of whatever person you are talking about and think about how they feel about Georgia, not how we feel about Georgia. Putting yourself in the shoes of Lynette, whose son is Zion, who she cares about more than anything. We know she could be a little rough on the edges, but that is her baby. That is her son. Ginny and Austin are her grandchildren. Those are her babies. She wants to do whatever she can to protect those kids. And Georgia fights her on it, of course, because she is their mother and her kids mean the world to her. But you cannot deny that some of the things that Lynette just said are very valid and very true. You are not taking into consideration what this is doing to the kids. You are not looking at anybody else aside from yourself. You need to do what's best for them. And now this is the problem. Georgia thinks that she is considering them, but she really isn't. And it's like I was saying in episode 1, we have Paul come and visit her and she's like, you need to pull strings. You need to grease these wheels. You need to get me the hell out of here. I am the mayor's wife. It wasn't, I love you. How are you? I'm sorry this is happening. How are the kids? You know, it's always her. She's got to get herself out of the sticky situation. And you can't necessarily blame her because she has lived a life of where she's had to think like that. She has always been alone. She has always had to think for herself. She has always had to raise these kids the way that she knew best. And she's always had to protect herself first in order to do so. So that is why she has that mentality. But I think that's also why she says at the end here, I've run away from my problems. I've run away from bad men. I've taught my kids to do the same, but I never thought they would run away from me. She never thought of that angle because she was always so busy jumping into the next thing. We have Ginny sitting at the table, popping the rubber band, which we know that the therapist said to do when she thinks about self-harm. George is completely oblivious to this. Zion's not. And Lynette is talking about how this is an unstable situation for her to be in, which clearly it is if she's popping the rubber bands. It's absolutely heartbreaking because, again, you know that Georgia loves Ginny. You know that Georgia loves Austin. She would take a bullet in a heartbeat for those kids, but she is so oblivious to what is happening. And it's because of her past and because of her life. It goes back to season 2, where Zion didn't tell Georgia about Ginny's self-harming or even about the therapist because he knew how she was going to approach it if they did. She proved that she thinks that therapy was silly and wasn't needed. And you could see how much it is helping Ginny. You got to be tough. You got to be strong. You got to move forward. You got to be determined. You can't think about the negative too long. Even Lynette's like, you're all sitting here like talking business as usual as if this isn't happening. Ginny says, I love how she says at the end of the last episode, you can't just throw glitter on everything and make it go away. And that is what Georgia does. That's who she is. That's who she is. And she's not truly seeing the effects that it is having on everybody. How everybody is staring and whispering about Austin. How everybody is staring and whispering about Ginny. How everybody is staring and whispering when Paul goes into the office. Nick is looking for a new job. All because of Georgia's choices. What's really sad and frustrating is like considering everything that Georgia has been through and how much she has gotten away with and the wonderful life that she has built for them and got Paul and got this house and got this job and this wonderful place of Wellsbury. She fucked it up. She fucked it up by killing Tom. It's insane. I love that we got a conversation with Cynthia and her. Cynthia coming over, not even saying, did you do it? Saying, why'd you do it? And it was really messy and bad on George's part, in my opinion, for her to say, he was dying. Wouldn't it have been a favor She should not have said that, because you know damn well that Cynthia is going to be up on that stand. She is going to reiterate that conversation, and it is going to make her look horrible. And I think it's really interesting that Cynthia says, "Are you crazy? What the hell is wrong with you? You're a murderer." Because she did have that conversation with Georgia about, I just want it to end, I just want it to end. But that didn't mean Georgia go end it. And that's what Ginny was trying to say in the last episode. You don't get to make those choices. You're not God. You don't determine who lives and dies and when. You thought that you were doing a favor, and she really did, because we see that Georgia starts crying. I thought I was helping. I thought I was doing her a favor. She truly did. But that does not absolve you from murdering a human being. He could have died 5 minutes later without Georgia doing that. And it is what it is. You do not determine who lives and dies. She should not have interjected herself into that situation. But it shows who Georgia is as a character. She doesn't understand how to have normal relationships or typical friendships. In a typical situation of a good friend, you're there for Cynthia. You support her. If she needs a shoulder to cry on, you let her. You don't kill her husband. What you do is you don't kill her husband. And so, oh man, that was intense that she came over. It's her also, Cynthia, seeing Austin. She couldn't even utter words at him. She just gave him a nod, but he's so sweet. I'm so sorry for your loss. It was the right thing to do. Poor Ginny, the stress is getting worse. She had a panic attack at work. She had to get sent home. Joe is in trouble now. Joe's got stressed because he has all these franchises possibly moving into Wellsbury, and Paul is stressed because there's the man. There's somebody that's trying to start all these issues in town, so he's trying to focus on that. And now we again know Nick that is trying to get another job. I don't blame Nick. Let me know what you think in the comments. I do not blame Nick. Nick has had problems with Georgia since she started coming here. He tried to talk to Paul about it and bring it up, and Paul dismissed it. And then even when he kind of started accepting Georgia, he started dating Gabriel, or Jessie. Shame to Jessie's, but he started dating him, was so happy, and then got screwed because of Georgia. Because then he found out that Gabriel was the private investigator. He got screwed because of Georgia. So it's like the animosity that Nick holds towards Georgia, I don't blame him. I also don't blame Paul for standing up for his wife. But I do blame him for getting so negative with Nick and yelling at him and treating him the way he did. Love that Ginny opened up to Bracia about the self-harming. I think that, again, was a big step for her, and I'm very proud of her for doing so. And I think that in these steps of healing, she is going to start seeing that she is going to become more confident, more secure with herself, and hopefully the stress will be alleviated. I think that the poetry class is so good for her. I love the teacher. He is amazing. Wolf, we have to feel out, but her poetry is absolutely beautiful. We've known that from season 2. And I think that the more she does this class, the more she's going to learn that this is a great, healthy outlet for her. Nora giving dirty looks after the funeral. Not even dirty looks, but just non-existent looks. I'm surprised that she is so intense in believing that Georgia did it. But again, how can I say that when we know she did it? Abby, were we feeling something with Abby and Marcus? Were we supposed to be feeling that? Because like at one point I was like, are we supposed to be feeling something with Abby and Marcus? But then there was the other person there whose name I forgot, and they were kind of looking at them, and Abby was kind of looking at them, and I don't know. Regardless, Abby was smiling, which I was happy about because we rarely see that. So we're gonna have to feel that out a little bit more. I said it once in the first episode, I'll say it again. I don't love the chemistry between Silver and Max. And I think that's the point at this point, is that Max is so just like focused on love, I think, and not necessarily the person. And she keeps saying, like, I love Silver. I'm obsessed with her. I think she's so great. But, like, do you? Because when you're with Silver, you're not talking to Silver and getting to know her. You're talking about everybody else, to the point where she's saying something about Marcus, and Silver's like, yeah, he's my friend. I don't really want to talk about him. But, like, what part are you going out for? Talk to her. Ask her what her interests are. Ask her what music she likes. Ask her what her favorite musical is. Ask her what part she's going for in the musical. You know what I mean? Like, Max is so obsessed with everybody else that she doesn't even see she's already losing this crush because of that. We also get a reference in the first episode to her being like, oh, Abby and Ginny are getting close. And then in this episode being like, oh, like Bracia and her hanging out. She's feeling left out. She's feeling like, why is Ginny talking to everybody else but me? And I think it's not because Ginny is seeking these things out. It's because they are kind of going to her. Abby invited her over to her house. Bracia saw her in the car and sat with her. Max says, hey girl, what's up? Oh, you want to go for a run? Okay, bye. And then goes away, which is fine. But Ginny is not seeking these conversations out. They're just kind of happening. And again, Max isn't really checking in with Ginny to see if she's okay. They're just kind of business as usual, as Lynette put it. Love the conversation that we have with her and Marcus here at the end. I think that it is so extremely difficult of a situation between the two of them, because even Ginny says, why'd you break up with me? Wait, no, I know why. Don't say it again. It just really sucks. And it does, because you can see that they love each other. But I love how, especially this season, they're really throwing in comparisons to, again, young Georgia and her life with Ginny and her life. I said in the beginning, Ginny bringing Austin to school, paralleled with Georgia bringing Ginny to school. We have young Zion and young Georgia kissing, her seeing that, and then we have Georgia seeing Ginny and Marcus almost kiss. It's so interesting that we're literally having Ginny go through these motions of what Georgia's life was like, just on a different aspect. I'm glad that they didn't kiss, because Marcus does need to work on himself, does need to get back into a right mentality. And he's not there yet, and neither is Ginny, for that matter. We can't deny that Ginny is obviously going through a lot of shit. So what each of them needs right now is a friend and not a partner. So to start up a relationship would be a really bad idea. So I like that they halted it and they kept it as friends. The thing that Georgia brought up to Lynette and Zion, when she said something along the lines of like, oh, he didn't make it so easy, or something like that, or he's not so innocent. I can't remember exactly what she said, but it led me to believe that we see the flashback of young Georgia bringing the kids to Zion's after Gills, and they're at the apartment. And Georgia's doing her whole Georgia thing, like, oh, look at the picture of me. What do girls think about this? And like, oh, and like, your apartment's not that big. Like, you don't have a lot of apartment. And they kiss. I have a feeling that maybe Zion's like, you know, you need to get out. Like, you need to go find your own place or something. I'll keep the kids here if you want, but maybe you need to, like, you're going to have to start your own life. You can't just, like, live with me. I can't wait to see more flashbacks of that, because we definitely need to see more of that. Lynette kind of throwing in Georgia's face that, you know, you moving the kids around really hurt Zion. Sure, but Zion also not being there because of his photography and all. It was photography, right? Because of that and the lifestyle that he was leading was also kind of the same, I felt, but maybe there's more to the story there. So we're going to have to see. I think that everything that Simone said to Zion was legitimate. I don't think there was anything wrong with the way she approached it. I think that she, along with myself, was not surprised that Zion kind of got upset. But he did hear her, which was good. And I'm starting to rattle. So last but not least, Ellen. I love the scene with Ellen. Coming over, bringing her a house arrest basket. which she actually did use. And I love Georgia at the end saying, aren't you going to ask me if I did it? And sadly, she brings up Bridge, who was the friend of Marcus who died of cancer so young. And she says, if the suffering could have ended, then it should have ended. And who am I to get in the way of that kind of thing? I think that there are 3 sides to every story, yours, and the truth. And again, with Ellen's point of view, like Cynthia, of course, is sad because her husband just died. Of course she's sad. That's why I'm curious to see if her opinion maybe changes. But Ellen's thinking, I had to watch this child go through cancer treatments and chemo and wither away slowly. And it was the most heartbreaking thing I've ever seen. So if this man who was sitting there, non-responsive, dying slowly, could have a sweet release, I can't argue with that. Maybe I might not be the one to do it, but I'm also not going to judge it if it happens. And I think she's was basically trying to say, I understand. If you did do it, which I think she pretty much knows she did it, I understand why you did it. And I love you, and I love you as a person and as a friend, and I'm not going to judge you for doing it. Which is, again, very telling for someone like Georgia to be so unique and loyal and loving and kind to her friends that they would literally be okay with her murdering someone. But okay, I'm talking too much. Overall, fantastic episode. I cannot wait to see what happens next. Let me know what y'all think about this season so far in the comments, and until the next reaction, so long, everyone. Try and make someone smile today. You never know when they might need it next. Bye.